Hello students, last time we have studied statement pattern, uh, then truth table for the given statement pattern, and how to decide whether the given statement pattern is a tautology, contradiction or contingency by using truth table. Now today we are going to study logical equivalence. So when we have two statement patterns, these two statement patterns can be logically equivalent. So if their corresponding truth tables are identical, then we say that the given statement patterns are logically equivalent, and we denote equivalence by using these two notations. So logical equivalence can be checked either by using truth table or by using various rules on logic. So in the beginning we are going to study logical equivalence by using truth table. So in the first example we have this rule which shows that P and Q is equivalent to negation of P implies not Q. Now last time we have seen how to prepare truth table. How many component statements we have? Two component statements P and Q. So number of rows is equal to 4, and as there are two logical connectives, as there are two component statements, and how many logical connectives? One on left side and the other on the right side. We have three logical connectives, so total four logical connectives and two component statements. So 2 plus 4 is equal to 6, and therefore the table has 6 columns and 4 rows. Now we are preparing joint truth table, though left hand side and right hand side are having different statement patterns, so the table should not be separately prepared. We have to construct only one table showing left hand side and right hand side both. So that is what we have done here. The table has 6 columns and 4 rows. Now in the fourth column we have truth values of the statement pattern on the left hand side, which is P and Q, and in the last column, sixth column, we have truth values of the statement pattern on the right hand side. So now you can compare corresponding truth values, and we see that in the fourth column the values are T, F, 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 1 T, first T and remaining F, and in the last column also the same values are repeated, 1 T and the remaining 3 F. So we see that the columns 4 and 6 are identical columns, and therefore we say that given statement patterns are equivalent. Now this logical equivalence is very important, because by using this logical equivalence we can study different laws in logic. Now at the end I will explain you how to write the laws. Now first I think we now study the first rule of logic, complement laws. These are very easy to understand and very easy to remember and easy to verify. P or not P is equal to is equivalent to T. What is T? Tautology. Last time we have studied tautology and contradiction. Tautology means all truth values are equal to T. So here there are only 3 columns now, because one logical statement and 2 logical connectives on the left hand side, one component statement, prime statement, and 2 logical connectives, 1 plus 2 is equal to 3, and we see that both the values in the column for P and not P are equal, and each is equal to T. So that shows that P and not P is a tautology. And in the right On the right side we have P and not P is equal to C. Now I think now I explain you how to write the rules. So go to the last slide. There is similarity between the rules of logical connectives and operations on sets. How many logical connectives? Disjunction, that is or, and, negation, conditional, implies by, and implied by. And for sets also we have 5 operations: union, intersection, complement, subset, and equality. So they are analogous, corresponding to every logical connective. We get a operation on set. So disjunction is similar to union, conjunction is similar to intersection, negation is similar to complement, conditional is similar to subset, biconditional is similar to equality. So all the rules on sets which you have studied last year, operations on sets, and we had different rules like De Morgan's laws, associative law, commutative law. So like that we have different rules in logic this year, and all these rules in logic can be easily written with the help of the corresponding rule in set. So by replacing union by disjunction, replacing intersection by conjunction, complement by negation, subset of by implies, and equality by biconditional. We can easily write the rules in logic. So now let us go to the third slide, rules of logic. So negation of tautology is equivalent to contradiction. Just as a universal set X and the empty sets are complementary sets of each other, like their tautology and contradiction, they are negations of each other. So negation of tautology is equivalent to contradiction, and negation of contradiction is equivalent to tautology. So this is called complement laws. Then we have laws of double negation. Negation of P is equivalent to the original statement P. Then idempotent law, P or P is identical to, is equivalent to P. P and P is equal to, is identical to P. So these are same as those of sets. Then we have identity laws. Then commutative law. A union B is same as B union A, like that. Or intersection B is same as B intersection A. The order in which conjunction is taken or disjunction is not important. You can take conjunction or disjunction in any order. Then all these rules can be easily verified. So I have not written the complete tables. You have to complete it by inserting truth values for P and P. Then we have associative laws as those in sets. Then De Morgan's law, one for intersection and the other for union, like that, one for conjunction and the other for disjunction. So that shows that negation of disjunction of two statements is same as or equivalent to conjunctions of their. So when negation is taken, the conjunction becomes disjunction, and con- conjunction becomes disjunction, and in the first rule disjunction becomes conjunction, and in the second rule conjunction becomes disjunction. Just as union becomes intersection and intersection becomes union. Then we have distributive laws. There are two distributive laws. The truth tables are incomplete. You have to complete the truth tables. All these truth tables can be easily prepared. Then you have conditional laws. All these laws we need when we study negation of a compound statement. All these laws will be used at that time when we find negation of the compound statement. Conditional laws, P implies Q is equivalent to negation of P and or Q. This is very useful because the negation, this implication statement or conditional statement can be easily written by using the logical connective uh, or. So it is P implies Q means P is hypothesis, Q is conclusion. So on the right side we have negation of hypothesis or the second Q. So it is negation disjunction of negation of the first prime statement and the second statement can be easily verified by using this. Then we have biconditional law. Biconditional law means it is conditional biconditional statement is conjunction of two conditional statements. P implies Q and Q implies P. This can be easily verified, and further every bracket can be simplified further. P implies Q is negation of P or Q, and in the second bracket we have Q implies P, which is negation of Q and or P can be verified. Then contrapositive laws. Contrapositive laws means this part is not taught yet. P implies Q is the given statement. The statement on the right hand side is called contrapositive statement, and the other one is the below the statement below the table is called inverse, and that is converse. So we have three more statements. That part we are going to study next time. Given conditional statement, its converse, its inverse, and its contrapositive. So this shows that a statement is equivalent to its contrapositive. Every conditional statement is equivalent to its contrapositive statement, and every converse statement is equivalent to its inverse. So all these laws can be easily remembered and can be easily written with the help of the corresponding operations on set. So all these laws I am not going to verify. I mean its proofs are not shown in the slides. You can easily complete the proofs on your own. Then homework, when we studied 1.2 we did not study question number 2. So now you can study question number 2. Question number 2 contains examples based on this equivalence, and commerce student they can study exercise 1.6 remaining two questions, question number 6 and question number 7. All these laws we need next time when we study negation of the compound statement. So that time all these laws will be used: commutative law, Then De Morgan's law. Commutative law may not be used, but we need De Morgan's laws. Compound statement means it could be a conjunction, it could be disjunction, or it could be negation, or it could be conditional statement, or it could be biconditional statement. So it is possible to find negation of these five compound statements, and for that we need these rules which we have studied today. So go through all these laws carefully and study these laws. If you know the laws, if you know how to apply the laws, you will be able to write the negation of the conditional negation of the compound statement easily.